All right, guys, welcome to our Live with Liz call. I'm excited to have another Thursday with everybody. We have a really good group tonight, and Emily Roberts brought everybody to our call tonight. But we are super excited. I'm excited to kind of hear more of your story. I've heard, quite a bit of your story, and I know we've all watched your Diamond documentary probably, and it's just awesome to be able to see your journey, Emily, and to have you on tonight to talk about 9 different, we have 9 months left to qualify for, it's not Kona, I keep getting Kona in my mind, but Maui, Hawaii, the trip to Hawaii next year for Reaching Emerald by July 31st. And Emily's going to touch on that, and then 9 different tips that we can kind of take with us over these next few months on how to get there, because I know if you're on this call tonight, you want to get there. And so I thank you all for being on the call tonight and for investing in yourselves, investing in your teams, your future teams. And so I'm just excited. I'm excited tonight to hear more inspiration. I love these weekly calls. So Emily, I'll just kind of hand it over to you and let you kind of share more about your story.
All right. Sounds good. Well, hey, everybody. If you hear babies screaming, I have 2 special guests in the house. I have a 7-month-old and a 2-year-old. So bear with me. It's just us 3 in the house tonight. My husband's in Virginia and single momming it out. So if you hear screams, they're okay, I promise. If you have a notebook and a pen in front of you, before I introduce myself, I want you to write down this number. I want you to write down 312. If you have a notebook, pen, maybe you're using your notes on your phone, just type that number, write that number down, and I'll get to that in just a second. So if you have no idea who I am, I'm Emily. I'm 26 years old. I'm the mom of 2 boys, as I just mentioned. My husband is a U.S. Marine. He is currently stationed in Virginia, but we've had the pleasure of living in California and also Hawaii. We lived on Oahu. And that's kind of where all of this got started. And by all of this, I mean network marketing. I dabbled in network marketing like 2008, 2009. It was actually a makeup company. And it just wasn't for me. Put a really bad taste in my mouth about direct sales. And I was just like, no, like that's not what I didn't want to growing up. I did not tell my parents, when I grow up, I want to be a network marketer. Nope. I wanted to be Britney Spears. And there's still days that I want to be Britney Spears. Well, minus her crazy years. But I did not want, this was not what I chose. I don't think any of us choose this. Yes, we choose to join. Yes, we say yes to Plexus, but this was not my career path. So I met my husband, we get married. And then that began this like huge ordeal for me. I had to be in corporate America. All my friends were graduating college, and I was the one that got married first to a Marine. And they're like, you're crazy. Why didn't you just go to school like the rest of us? I said, I like to take adventures, okay? It's my blue personality showing. I just like to have fun. And it became like a competition. I wanted a corporate America job, so I started working with my mom. My mom works for a financial advising company, and I just kind of put my foot in the door. I was an intern, and then I was an on-call, and then I got the job. I became a branch office administrator. I know, sounds fancy, but let me tell you. I gave my time away like it was nothing. I had nothing to say for myself. I was doing all of this work, but the guy that I worked for got the bonuses. He got to go play golf like 6 hours of his day to work with clients, but I did all the paperwork. He was 2 years older than me. 2 years older than me. And I was just like, no, this is not what I thought this was going to be like. Maybe you've seen some of my videos. I talk about working in a cubicle for 40 years, sitting next to Linda, and Linda likes Doritos. And so you go home every day smelling like Doritos. If that's how you want to live your life for the next 40 years, then don't listen to anything I'm going to say in the next 15, 20 minutes. I did not want to be that girl anymore. I was a quitter. I don't know, maybe y'all have quit some things. I quit every diet I started. I canceled every gym membership early. I quit mom groups. I quit going to Bible study. I quit just everything. I was such a quitter. I quit CrossFit. Everything that I would start, like, oh, I'm going to be a scrapbooker. I had scrapbooking crap in my closet for years that I was just like, throw it away. Give it away in a garage sale. Just get rid of it. So many things that I quit, and I was just made me sad. And so one day, my husband was deployed. He was in Afghanistan. It was July 4th, 2014. And this girlfriend of mine, her words are in the back of my head. You know you want to. I just kept hearing that. You know you want to. You know you want to. I really did want to give Plexus a shot, but I didn't want anybody to know. I joined. I didn't tell her, and she immediately messages me after she got that email, and she was like, hey, I just got an alert that you joined my team. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, why are you sorry? And she said, I think you meant to be a customer. And I said, nope. I'm a cheapskate. I needed the best discount possible, and I joined. But you cannot tell anybody. And if you tell anybody, I will deny it. Or if this stuff doesn't work, I'm going to let all of Facebook know. And she was like, okay. So I love my upline. Holly and I are complete opposites in every way. She's blonde hair, light eyes, fair skin, kind of introverted. I'm a straight up extrovert, and dark hair, dark eyes, what you see is what you get. But we balance each other out, and I'm so glad that I joined her team and said yes to this opportunity. Every single month in my Plexus business for the first 6 months, I promoted. I went silver, gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby. It was crazy. It was intense. But let me tell you this. I never stopped heavy lifting. What do I mean by that? I mean, I wanted to grow myself wide, not deep. Sure, duplication, power of 3, getting everyone to silver, that's great. But I wanted to be my own rock star so that my team would see that I'm in business. To this date, I have 158 level 1s. That is above average. Do not feel like that's how many you need to be diamond, because you don't. The average diamond ambassador has approximately 40 actively working ambassadors. So just consider that as you are on your journey. That's a great number to go for. That's spread out. That's good. But I was like in a competition with myself. And then my biggest skeptic, this guy got on my nerves. Maybe you have someone like that in your life that puts you down. They tell you you're crazy. They comment negatively on your Facebook posts, on your Instagram pictures, and you're just like, dude, give me a break. This guy was my husband. So there was no breaks given for 8 months of my journey. He was ruthless. Y'all, this man turned my cell phone data off. He told me to sleep in the other room if I said the P word. Every time we went to dinner, he would, which you should do this anyways, he put my phone in the glove box and locked it with the key. This guy did not want me to network. He just was so against it. He thought it was a scam. He thought I was sucked into some cult. Like, it was so funny. And I was like, dude, I'm going to have a Lexus and you're not going to drive it. And he was like, okay, girl. So November, when I was Ruby, or about to hit Ruby, I went to my first opportunity event. So if you're not going to meetings or having your own, start today, plan one now. Celeste Gwynn, Helen McFadden, and Jennifer Hawkins were at the top of the meeting, like they were the speakers. And I was like, it was like meeting Britney Spears. That's how I felt, because I knew that these women were just empowering others and just so successful. And they were just like me, right? They're just moms. At one point in their life, they were just moms. So they spoke, they shared their stories, we laughed, we cried. I was so inspired. Went downstairs, took a couple selfies with the Lexus cars, because we were at a Lexus dealership. Went home, showed my husband this selfie, and I'm like, that car will be mine. At the time, I wanted the RX 350. I encourage you to Google your options because it inspires you to keep going. And he looked at me and he literally started laughing, like hysterical, like creepy laughing. And he was like, okay, good night. And he went upstairs and he went to bed, and we didn't talk about it again. From that moment on, tonight, from this moment on, you are not going to feed into that negative person's anything. You are going to vent upward. You are going to seek encouragement upward or to your sideline, maybe a little bit outward, but do not do this business for your skeptics. It is not for them. This business is for your believers who want change. They want opportunity. They are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And maybe you have skeptics like that in your life, but those skeptics and posting for them and posting for your haters, that ain't going to get you to Maui. Okay? Belief, focus, concentration, consistency, that's going to get you to Maui. And so I have something for you guys. We'll move on. You know, I got the diamond. Yay me. I want you guys to be diamond. So that's my story. Go watch my diamond doc. That's how I got started. But these are some things that I still do in my business today. And over the next 9 months, this is going to be your Plexus baby. We're going to be pregnant together. Okay? This is going to be real fun. Anybody been pregnant? I can see your faces, so you can raise your hand if you have kids. Anybody been pregnant? Yeah. Okay. When you're pregnant, what do? You prepare for this baby. You're about to bring a human into the world, right? It's a huge opportunity to show your spouse or show your family how responsible you are. You cry, you go get the crib, you paint the room, you buy necessary supplies, you're consistent with your prenatals. You take belly pictures, or maybe you do the cast on your belly, whatever. We do crazy things when we're pregnant. This journey over the next 9 months is going to make you or break you. Your pregnancy kind of makes you or breaks you, right? By the end of the pregnancy, your husband's like, dear God, don't let this baby be like my wife, right? That's what mine was saying. He was like, we're having another, I know, bless his heart. But think about this. Think about this 9-month journey. It's similar to a pregnancy. It's going to be rocky. You're going to have days that suck so bad you cry for no reason. You're going to have hiccups. You're going to have scares. You're going to have doctor's appointments that you don't like. You're going to have advice you don't want to hear. The same thing with your business. All right, you guys? So I told you to write down the number 312. That is the amount of days that stand in your way from this point on, today, Thursday, the 22nd, until July 31st, 2017, the cutoff date to achieve Emerald as a Plexus ambassador. If you know a little bit about the comp plan, I'm going to break it down for you. You need approximately 1,500 pay points. If you're focusing on your first 3 levels of your organization, that's approximately 300 people, and they're equal to 5 points apiece. 300 times 5 points of active ambassadors is 1,500 points. Now, that's a perfect world, right? My 1,500 points did not come from my first 3 levels. They come in from all over the place at this point. But this is what we're going to focus on, because those first 3 levels are the foundation of your business, and you want a strong foundation, right? When you're building a house, you need a strong foundation, or it's going to fall over and float away. So let's focus on 9 things, something you can do every month for the next 9 months. Number 1, I need you to determine right now in this moment where you are in your business. Did you just join yesterday, maybe today, a couple months ago? Are you a silver ambassador? Are you gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby? You need to determine tonight how much time you need to reach your goals. So I want everyone to write on their paper, I will be Emerald July 31st, 2017. And then you're going to take a picture of it. And you're either going to post it on your Facebook, or you're going to keep it as your phone background, your computer background, whatever. But you want it somewhere that you're going to look at every single day. Because when we speak positive affirmations, which I'll get to in a second, they come true. No, I'm not talking about wishing for 3 wishes, nothing like that. Positive affirmations are like the realist way of self-talk. Because what you say and how you talk to yourself determines your whole day. So determine where you are right now in your journey and where you want to be and how much time that looks like. You have 312 days. So that's your time. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it going to take some work? Sure is. But let me tell you this. There have been people in the Plexus company that have gone Emerald in 4 months, 5.5 months, 6 months, 7 months, and 8 months like myself. So it can be done. Put your sassy pants on and let's get to work. Number 2, write down your goal everywhere. That's why I had you write down, I will be Emerald July 31st, 2017. Write down your goals. Speak them out loud. Pray over your goals. Pray with your team over their goals. Talk to your spouse. If they are not supportive of you, talk to someone else, because that negativity is going to bring you down and you're going to talk yourself out of it before you even get started. Like I mentioned, phone background, car visors, mirrors, the fridge, write it on your hand. Like take it back to 3rd grade when you wrote down the boy's name that you liked. Same concept. You look at that every day and it reminds you, Emerald, July 31st, get to work. You catch yourself scrolling, you catch yourself watching 6 episodes on Netflix of something. Look at your hand. Go to those places. Remind yourself that you have a goal and a mission. Number 3, that mindset we were just talking about, positive affirmations. This could be scripture, prayers, quotes. Your mindset determines your actions, so it must be positive. Pray for your business and your team every single day. Last night before I went to bed, I posted something real quick. I have a level 1s page, and I said, hey, you guys, please comment the first name of at least 3 to 5 potentials you've been working on. maybe your dream teamers. And when I get up tomorrow, I will pray over them during the day. And that's what I've done all day. I knew I was going to be out running errands, so I just look at the list, drive, pray when I drive. My eyes are open, I promise. God listens all day long, right? So why not pray about your business in your free time? And not only that, but when your team knows that you are taking a part of your day, or your customers, even if you're praying for your customers' health, if they hear that, that's a positive affirmation for them to continue to keep going because you are being genuine and you care. Same for your team. I want you right now, in this moment, moving forward, we're going to think about going Emerald as if our lives depended on it. Some of you, that may very well be the case. You got diapers to buy, formula to buy, groceries, car payments, debt. Maybe you're just trying to pay for your mortgage so you can stay in your home. You are going to go after Emerald like your life depends on it. And that's how you're going to treat this business. Because if you want CEO money, you treat it like a business. If you want hobby money, garage sale money, treat it like a hobby. So moving forward today, we're going to tell ourselves, my life depends on this. I'm going to be Emerald July 31st, 2017. You're going to say that every day. Bug your uplines. Message them every morning. I'm going to be Emerald July 31st, 2017. They love it. They may not reply, but I promise you they love it. Number 4, identify obstacles and objections that are holding you back. Is it your finances? Can you not afford your own products? Is it your schedule? Is it overcoming objections? You just don't know what to say every time you hear no. Is it your time? Are you not prioritizing to make time for your business? What is in your way of going Emerald? What is the one thing you complain about every single day to your upline? My team just won't do anything. Okay, well, find new team members. My upline sucks. She never helps me. Okay, use their upline. Use your sidelines. Go Google people. There's tons of professionals out there, y'all. One of my favorites is Ray Higdon. Sarah Robbins, she's the top of Roden and Fields, now a successful author. Find other resources. Stop playing the blame game. I did that. I sat at Sapphire, maybe you noticed, for 10 months because I played the blame game. I blamed my team. I blamed my husband. I blamed that we were moving. I didn't want to take ownership because I wasn't reaching out to people. I stopped. I was hoping and wishing that a Facebook post every day would make me diamond. Well, guess what? It don't work that way. Newsflash. You can sit there and you can really hope for it. But at the end of the day, you want to work for it because it feels so good when you achieve it and you know you busted your tail to get there. So identify those obstacles. Take about a minute real quick. Write down 3 obstacles that are in your way. Write them down. Put a little star by them. When you write them down and you see them, you see what you're struggling with, take the focus off those struggles and turn it into your strengths. What are you great at? Are you great at getting in front of people and having a sip and see with friends and family in your neighborhood? Have more of those. If you're sucking at following up with people, designate one day to follow up, like Follow Up Friday. Has a little ring to it. I have a really hard time following up. I'm like ADD, but not really. And I reach out to like 100 people all the time. And I'm like, oh, wow, it's been a year. I should probably follow up with her. That's me. I'm not kidding. It's me. So have a day, designate that day to strictly something that you're bad at. Go all in for 1 hour. It's called a Plexus Power Hour. Go all in for that hour and focus on that thing, but don't give it any more time the rest of the week. It gets 1 day. It gets 1 hour. Everything else should be about your strengths and progressing. Number 5. Everybody done writing down obstacles? Just 3. Don't write down like 15. Just 3. All right, number 5. This is a big one. This is very important. It's also halfway through our 9 steps, so pay attention real quick. You need to create a plan of action. How many of you have planned to go on vacation, but you never went on vacation? A lot of us probably. Finances, your kids' school, you can't get time off, something came up. Well, that's kind of how your business is going to be. You can plan to be Emerald all you want, but if you don't put action behind those plans, you don't prioritize the things that must be accomplished so that you can achieve said plan, you're just going to have your bags packed. You're not going anywhere. So what are we going to do? Well, number 1, this plan must have steps. You have to have steps. 30-day goal, a 60-day goal, a 90-day goal. Number 2, you must have a deadline. Well, guess what? You already do. Your cutoff is July 31st, so that's good. But those smaller goals, they also need deadlines. Like, okay, tonight, you have team calls, what, every Thursday, Liz?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so by next Thursday, what can you accomplish by the next team call? All these tips that I'm giving you, what are some things that you can knock out of the park in 7 days? Maybe even, we'll get to it here in a second, but maybe even like your morning routine. Okay, before 2 p.m. today, I'm going to do these 3 things. What would that look like for your business if you started accomplishing little baby goals every day before 2 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. Number 3, you have to have a schedule and stick to it. I will not lie, that is my downfall. I'm a mother bird, mother hen, mother bird, I don't even know what that means. A mother hen, and I like to help all the chicks. I have to help all the people. That's why I do Facebook Lives, because I feel like my day is not accomplished if I haven't reached out to more than 4 people. Well, that's very hard to do when you have a team of 4,000. Focus on yourself and focus on those level ones. Do things that are easy and simple and that will duplicate down so that you don't have to be the mother hen that takes care of everybody. It's not your job. You can have a big team page and offer tidbits here and there, but your job is to pour into those level ones that said yes to you. So find a DMO, a daily method of operation that fits into that focuses on them. So that first step, having some steps. What does that look like? Okay, well, do the math. Do we have any mathletes, nerds in the house? When you do the math and you crunch the numbers, all right, right now I'm adding about 2 people a month. If you want to be emerald, you're going to have to step it up a notch or help your team step it up a notch. Get those newbies silver in their first 30 days. Not only will that show them a paycheck and to show them that this thing happens, it's legit, but it builds a little bit of belief. Show them diamond docs. Make sure they watch them. Invite them over and be like, watch this. Don't move. And make them watch diamond docs. It builds belief, you guys. I watched Celeste Quinn's diamond doc, probably like such a stalker. Like there's like 40,000 views and half of those are probably mine. Because I was like, what did she do? How did she do it? So good. Like that was me. I wanted diamonds so bad and I was so determined. So do the math. Crunch numbers with your upline. Make a plan. I need to add 7 people this month and help those 7 people achieve silver and so on and so forth. You see what I'm doing here? It's all math. It's all numbers. That DMO that we were talking about, we already have our deadline, so we'll skip to the third one. You have to schedule a DMO. This consists of a morning schedule, a sign-off schedule, and your goal schedule. So let me reiterate a little bit. Morning schedule. Like I said, before 2 p.m., this is what you're going to have done. You guys, moms, especially my stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, fill up your cup first. Get up before those babies get up. Put your makeup on. Get dressed. Today, this is like the cutest I'm going to look all week. Let's be real. I'm wearing a blazer. I put on jewelry. I kind of have a little bit of makeup on. This is totally deadhead, but everyone thought it was cute, so I just left it. But get ready, because not only will you feel so good about yourself, but you'll catch yourself making videos, doing a Facebook Live, because when you feel pretty, you do the things. You talk to people. When you're out in public, you feel more confident because you look good, right? I know it sounds silly, but it's true. So that needs to be part of your morning routine. Have a quiet time. Go drink your cup of coffee in silence before all the babies get up. If your babies do get up, invite them to sit there with you or say, look, mommy needs to fill up her cup. Go away. Okay? It's okay to say that. Go turn on cartoons. Lock yourself in the bathroom. Pretend to poop for 40 minutes. I do it all the time. It's real life. Morning schedule. That is part of your business routine if you are a CEO. You better believe CEOs get a good breakfast. They sleep in, but they wake up. There's like so many movies. Like think of like your favorite like corporate movie. They always are up and running. There's always like a jog scene when they're like thinking about their day, like the dramatic part of the movie. You know what I'm talking about? They always go for a jog and they're running and they're like so dramatic and there's like crazy music on. That should be your morning routine. Do something that pumps you up and inspires you. And then your second part of that schedule is going to be a sign-off schedule. This is a business. This is not a 24-hour business. This ain't IHOP, y'all. Sign off. Have a routine so that your kids see, mommy's done. I can play. Husbands can see that you're not glowing from Facebook all night long. They want to see your face. They want to do the thing, if you know what I'm talking about. Get off your phone. Plug it into the kitchen and walk away. Have a sign-off schedule. Post on your team page. Hey, I love you guys. Y'all worked so hard today. I'm so proud of you. I'll be back in the morning. I'm going to bed. I'm signing off. Publicly announce it. If not, you're going to be up until 2 a.m. and you haven't showered. And that's where you run out of dry shampoo when you don't shower, guys. You gotta sign off. So make that part of your DMO. Lastly, the goal schedule, a power hour. Pick a day of the week that you have your power hour. Mine is on Wednesdays between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. sometime during that time frame because Sterling's at preschool and Gentry naps. He still naps. So I can sit down and go, okay, I have an hour to turn my phone off or put it on airplane mode so nobody can bug me. I can read my book. I can make my new list of 100. I can reach out to contacts in my cell phone, whatever, but 1 hour to invest my time. Remember this quote, unsuccessful people are just that because they are unwilling to do what must be done. Are you unwilling to go, Emerald? I don't think so. I will do whatever it takes to party with you guys in Maui, but will you do whatever it takes to come and party in Maui? Google the Grand Wailea, Wailea. That is where you stay. That is where you stay, y'all. It is gorgeous. It is I think 4 or 5-star resort. And Plexus foots that bill. Hello, why would you not work your butt off for someone to pay for that? It's awesome. Not to mention, you're still getting paid. The average Emerald makes anywhere between $6,000 to $10,000 a month. That's a lot of money, y'all. That could pay off a lot of debt. I could get my nails done like 20,000 times. I don't know what you need money for, but that's a lot of money, and that's what comes with it. Not to mention the Emerald pool. You get 1% of Plexus profit sharing pool. That's usually about $1,000, if not more. And then it gets better. You get a Plexus Lexus. It's not just a trip to Maui. It's not just getting people to say yes. You are highly and severely rewarded for your hard work and effort. You guys, number 6, be patient, but be persistent. There's this thing called God's timing, and I'm a firm believer in it, but that does not give you a cop-out. I cannot stand when someone goes, well, I'll go gold when God wants me to go gold. No, dear, no. When you're in that hallway and God's opening doors for you and for a minute he shuts the door because he wants to show you something, that doesn't mean you stand there and look pretty. You do the work in the hallway, okay? You take notes in the hallway. It reminds me of like study hall, right? Your test is next period, so you sit in the hallway and you're studying so that you can go own that test. It's the same thing with your business. While that door is closed and you're waiting for it to open, study in the hallway. Learn about a new product. You don't have any new potentials right now to work on? Okay, teach yourself something. Learn how to make videos. Read a new network marketing book. Be patient and trust the process, but work your butt off when the process is slow. There is no such thing as a summer slowdown. It's officially the first day of fall as of today, so that's no longer an excuse for everyone saying, well, the summertime is just so slow. Y'all, it's fall. Time to get back to work. Don't give up or give in. Like I mentioned earlier, you're going to have days where you are just like, Lord help us, there's not enough wine on the planet to get through this day. I have them all the time. I have a toddler. I know. So when those days happen, you tell your upline, hey, today's really sucking. I just need you to say a little prayer for me and order me a bottle of wine on Amazon Prime. Thanks. Love you. And get off Facebook. Okay? You're going to have bad days, but that does not make it a bad life. That's something my mom has taught me for such a long time. And I didn't really understand that until when I was Ruby. My uplines won the Silver Star trip. If you don't know what that is, that means you personally sponsor like at least 10 active level 1s in 1 month. I had personally sponsored 14, but I did not read the fine print. I did not realize that those 14 counted towards my uplines numbers too. So they earned the trip, and when the email came out, I really thought I had it, and I saw their names and not mine. And I was so crushed. I was like, this is network marketing? Oh, I'm done. I can't believe it. I was just threw a fit. I cried about it. There's Seriously, not enough wine on the planet for that day. And then my husband, finally, he was the one that like knocked sense into me, like always. And he was like, babe, it's still really cool though. Like your team, that's a reflection of your team. That just shows like how hard you're working. And you better believe my uplines are the greatest. They told everyone we're here because of that girl. She's our rock star. That made me feel so good. But in that moment, in my bad day, when it was a crisis, I was done. That's a silly reason. I was a Ruby ambassador about to throw in the towel because I got my feelings hurt. Walk away, y'all. It's a bad day, not a bad life. And one of my uplines always says this: if you're going to quit for 24 hours and come back. It's okay to take a break. It's network marketing. There's no emergencies in network marketing. There's no rules except for whatever the company says. Number 7, power partner up, AKA have an accountability partner. If you are a leader and you're watching this and you have runners, you need to check in with them twice a week. And I'm not talking about the runners that say that they're going to do stuff. I'm talking about the ones that actually move their feet and do things. Check in with them twice a week. I text my runners and they text me like 10 times a day. Sometimes it's just to say, hey, how's it going? But most of the time it's, Emily, I just got a new potential. Can we get in a 3-way call? Can we do a Zoom? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. There are going to be crazy weeks when you have a lot of people adding ambassadors and your team kind of blows up. That's okay. It doesn't last forever. That kind of comes in seasons. But if you take the time to just hop on a 3-way call and love on them and tell them a little bit about your story or maybe your upline story, that could be your next Les Gwynn that joins your team. So power partner up. Hold your people accountable. It's funny because half of the people that hear the word accountability are like, yes, someone to challenge me. And then the other half are like, oh, someone's going to challenge me. It's how you look at it, okay? Accountability is such a good thing. 3 things that need to happen when you are being held accountable. You report, check in. You explain, so you need to explain why you're not working. Or you explain, this is my new rock star, we're going to fast track gold, and this is how we're going to do it. And then lastly, be responsible. If you are not doing what you say you're going to do and that person checks in with you and they're doing all this work, celebrate with them and then say, you know what? I did not do what I said I was going to do this week. Shame on me. I'm going to do it double time next week. Hold yourself responsible. Ask for feedback and be coachable. That's the biggest part of this business is when someone offers you advice, don't throw a fit, but instead go, you know what? You're right. I can work on that. And it's amazing because the second you decide to listen to someone else's advice, because I'm sure Liz has told you all of these things like a million times. But when you listen to my advice, some reason, it just sounds different. And that's just how it works. So ask for feedback, give feedback to your sidelines. Don't be the compliance police and don't be the plexus police, but be like, hey girl, I saw you made this video earlier and you did not smile one time. I think people would really love your videos if you smiled more. You can give positive, constructive criticism. I'm out here. Come here, Bubba. He found me. Number 8. Sterling, come here. Have courage and lift heavy. There is an analogy that I really love. I read it the other day. It was in success.com, Success magazine. Plexus was featured in that magazine. Okay, come here. There are some things. Okay. There you go. There are some things in that magazine that are so inspiring. You have to be quiet. I'm doing a video. And one of the analogies they used was somebody digging for gold in a gold mine. These miners, everyone say hi, Sterling.
Hi,
buddy. These miners dig in dirt. They don't even get to the good stuff, the gold, I don't think so. We're not listening to techno. Okay. They dig 6 to 12 feet and don't get paid anything for that. Nothing. They dig and they're hoping like maybe there'll be like a little speck of something in there, but usually that's unpaid. 6 to 12 feet just to find a little nugget like this big, and then they usually have to turn that in. They don't keep that for themselves. So I want you to think about that on your journey. 6 to 12 contacts before someone gives you an answer, right? 6 to 12 no's before they say yes, or 6 to 12 maybes. It's the same thing. There's a picture of I think Celeste has posted it before, of a miner digging and digging and digging, and he's right here, and you see the gold on the other side, but he turns around and walks off. So many people do that in network marketing. So many people do that in Plexus. And it's usually right before they go gold, ironically, in this business. They go silver and they're like, this is so hard, and they quit. It's hard, and the heavy lifting is worth it, because let me tell you, when you get that $10,000 paycheck, you're going to thank me. Thank you so much, Emily, for sharing that analogy with me, because I really needed $10,000. Don't give up. Don't let your circumstances define who you are or what you do. Life has crazy seasons to it. I have a teething 7-month-old and a 2-year-old that thinks he knows everything. Do you think it's hard to work a business during the day when they're both awake and home? Absolutely. And there's days that I don't. I let my team know. I'm like, he comes first. Those are circumstances that are not a bad thing. If you catch yourself telling your grandkids or your babies, go away, mommy's on the, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. They have tender souls and tender hearts, and they're only watching you, and they can watch mommy work and be successful, but they can also watch mommy take breaks and play. So have courage. You're doing the heavy lifting. You're adding level 1s, but how do you have courage? You be bold. You learn how to overcome objections. You guys, the triplex combo breaks down to $4.16 a day. There's no reason why anybody couldn't afford it if they really wanted to change their life. Start saying that. Start telling people that. You spend $4 a day on the vending machines, on McDonald's, on energy drinks, on coffee, on something they probably shouldn't be consuming. If they are serious and they keep bugging you about Plexus and they haven't taken that leap, start being bold and say things like that to get their attention. In other words, have courage to do what you must get done, and don't wait for it to come to you or happen to you. Like I said earlier about God's timing, do not wait for him to make you gold. He is not your fairy godmother. He is your savior, and he is going to help you and point you in the right direction and provide some really awesome guardian angels when you're on a crazy bus ride. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at my Facebook. But he's not your fairy godmother. He already knew the hair amount on your head. He already knows the day that you will be an emerald with Plexus. But it's up to you to keep him first. Number 9, lastly, I said this in my video after our bus crash, because when we were going over the side of that cliff, all I could think about was my kids. Was I enough for them? Was I the best mom? How would they remember me growing up? Sorry. I didn't want to die a hypocrite, basically. I thought that was my last moment on earth. Everyone on that bus did. It was freaking terrifying. And I said this in my video talking about it, because talking about it really helps me. I might cry a little bit. It helps me, I promise. And I said this: do what you say you're going to do. Don't leave this world with empty promises to your kids, to your husband, to your business, to your team. A great way to start focusing that and changing your mindset is asking yourself, are you the renter or are you the owner? Y'all, if you are working a 9-to-5 job or a minimum wage job and you're miserable, you are the renter. You are renting that space and giving up your time like it means nothing. Yeah, it's paying bills, but you don't love it. It's not what you're passionate about. So decide that you're going to own this. You already own your Plexus business, right? You're a sole proprietor. You're an independent Plexus ambassador. So teach people how to own their dreams and to overcome these things. You are the only person in your way between you and Emerald. The only person. So do what you say you're going to do, because 1, your kids are watching. 2, your skeptics are watching. 3, your team is watching. When you start adding customers and ambassadors, they're watching your every move. If you quit Plexus products, they quit Plexus products. If you stop sponsoring level 1s, they stop sponsoring level 1s. You have to want this more than you don't want this. And you're probably going, what does that mean? What is something that you really don't want happen in your life? Well, for me, I didn't want to die. So what I want more than that is for y'all to go Emerald. I want my team to go Emerald more than anything. So I'm going to help them pursue that, just like I'm teaching you guys to pursue that. And these are things that you got to do. Another great way to start doing what you say you're going to do is change your habits. It takes 3 to 4 weeks, approximately 21 days to change a habit. You can create new habits. For the last 26 years of my life, I have bit the inside of my cheeks when I get nervous or scared or anxious. My husband, for the last 28 years, has bit his fingernails off. This man he doesn't have nail buds. Like, I don't even know how he has fingernails. It's weird. Guess what? This guy does both of those things because when he's anxious or nervous, he's mommy and daddy tromping away. Can you see him right now? He's doing it right now. Create new habits. Pray at bedtime with your kids. Start eating the cucumbers and carrots at lunch. Put away the granola. Put away the Hostess cupcakes. Start making new habits today because they're watching. Your skeptics are watching, like I said, and your team is watching. If you start reaching those goals before 2 p.m. and you start sharing that with your team and your customers, I got all my Plexus products in before 2 p.m. I mean, maybe not ProBio 5, but I accomplished, I walked a mile before 2 p.m. I reached out to 10 potentials today before 2 p.m. You start sharing these new habits and your team's going to pick up on that. There's a lot of things that we do that we quit, like I mentioned in the beginning of this call. For instance, a bad habit is you want to lose weight, but you have a bad habit of sticking to eating right. It's easier to go through that Chick-fil-A drive-thru than it is to go home and make a turkey wrap that you already paid $200 for at the grocery store. I know, I get it. It's about convenience. That's why it's called fast food. But when you take that time to do something that is bettering you and yourself, not only are you creating a healthier habit for your diet, but you're going to start feeling better because you're not eating junk. Sorry, newsflash, Chick-fil-A is not healthy. Maybe you want that promotion, but you don't put in the hours. That was the first thing we talked about, how much time it's going to take you to achieve that goal. You have to put in a little bit of work, but that work in the long run is really going to pay off. Y'all, 2 years ago, I did not have a car, and now I have a car that is way more. It's about the approximate amount of my student loans. I think that's about how much this car cost. And Plexus pays for it. What? Y'all, 2 years ago, I didn't have babies because I was very unhealthy and I used to drink Patron like it was going out of style. And now I have 2 healthy babies and I haven't had a miscarriage since. Get your health in order. Get your priorities straight. Make new habits and stick to them. Remind yourself why you're doing this. Refocus your why. Refocus your plan. Change those action steps. And do it with your upline. Let them hold you accountable. They really want you to message them and tell them, this is what I'm working on. Cheer me on. I don't need your help. I got this, but cheer me on. Okay? I know you're going to implement these 9 things. We're going to have a Plexus baby together in Maui. It's going to be awesome, but we're going to look really good. We're not going to carry the pregnancy weight. That's the difference here. So take these things, use them in your business. Use my story, use people's story, their testimonies, Diamond Docs, to show people this is a real thing. It's not a hobby. If you go into this thinking, oh, I might do something with it, then that's just it. You might do something with it. But if you go into this thing and you're like, I am doing something. I do have customers. I do have an ambassador, or I will have an ambassador. You keep telling yourself that, and you're going to get there. Thank you so much, Liz, for thinking of me and inviting me to your call. I am sorry for crying, but it's so fresh on the mind.
I mean, I am sorry for it. It was a life-changing moment, and we all have had this. Heaven's sakes, that was some goodness, was it not? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love your, girl, I don't know how you're only 26. Like, I'm 27. I feel like you should be like 40 or something like that. But no, in all seriousness, we have been praying for y'all, of course, but those life-changing moments, we all have had them. I think everybody can kind of attest to that. Well, and probably during this Plexus journey, I know I have. So that I just thank you very, very much, Emily, for sharing your heart with us. So many good, they're not just nuggets, they're life-changing statements, life-changing thoughts. Absolutely. So Thank you so much for being on the call tonight. I want to pray with everybody, if that's okay. If you don't mind. I promised myself after a call a couple of weeks ago that I would do this, and I'm going to continue to do this. So, we don't want to die hypocrite, right? So if
new habits.
Say what?
And making those new habits.
There you go. So if y'all don't mind, I want to pray for everybody. And I know we have quite a few people from here, there, and everywhere. But I care about every single person that's on the call tonight, and your teams and your future teams. I pray about my future team just as much as I pray about my team that I currently have. And I hope you all will as well. But I'm going to pray with y'all really quick, okay? God, we just thank you so very much for, God, we thank you for keeping your hand on Emily and her family. And all of the Diamonds, God, they're phenomenal leaders. They've paved the way, God, but we thank you for keeping them safe, God. You know exactly what to do, when to do it, to just prove yourself to us that you are the creator of all things and in all things, God. And you've given us this avenue to bless so many people, Lord. And I just pray that you would help us to be good stewards of the opportunity that you have given us, God, that we would not wallow in our fears and wallow in our doubts of our own minds and in our own hearts. God, we would share this with our people, God, that we would be passionate for you, passionate for these products, for our health, God. This is our temple, and God, you said to take care of it, God, and I just pray that you would help us all to be good stewards of our businesses, of our teams, God, to be the leaders that we need to be for them. And I just pray over each and every one. I thank you for their commitment to themselves, to their ministry in this business, God, to their families, God, that you've given them each and every, whether it be child or family member, Lord, I pray that you would help to continue to bless them in all that they do. Lord, we thank you and we praise you for all that you've done for us and what you're going to continue to do. And we love you, Lord. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
I thank y'all so very much. Thank you, Emily, for taking time out of your evening again. And I hope y'all all have a rocking evening.